On today's episode of Backyard Podcast, we got my dog and NBA player, Marquese Chriss. His professional basketball journey thus far has been a unique one. But today we get to learn more about the person as he talks about his triumphs growing up in the league and keeping his positive attitude while dealing with tribulations along the way. You guys are in for a special one, man. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, welcome back to another episode of the Backyard Podcast. I'm your host, Marcellus Howard. Today we got a special guest. Known this guy for about 10 plus years now. Went to Pleasant Grove High School, went to University of Washington 1 year, one and done. Lotto pick to the Sacramento Kings, but the rights got traded, I believe, to Phoenix Suns.
Same night.
The same night.
Yeah.
He goes by the name of Marquese Chriss, but I call him Marquese Chriss. Appreciate you pulling up, bro.
Appreciate you having me, dog.
Yes, sir. How's life been right now, man?
It's been good, man. I mean, it's a journey I'm going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we talked about it, but I had surgery on my knee back in June. So, dealing with that, being semi-free agent, but under contract is a little different. But I'm blessed, man. I mean, I'm glad to be home, glad to be out here with my family and everything, and, thankful to be doing this podcast. So that's pretty cool.
For sure. Appreciate you pulling up. What's your mentality like right now going through rehab? I know that could be a pretty grueling process, especially when there's money on the table that you could be getting right now, even more so. Like, what's your mentality or what's your mental like right now?
I mean, I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm just attacking it. I think that's the only thing I can do. I think being realistic, understanding that it's going to be a process and it's going to be a journey. But I've been here before. I broke my leg a few years ago, and that was I think that was tougher because that was my first time really ever having surgery or anything. I had my wisdom teeth taken out, and that was the only other time I've been put down. So, I mean, it was a different experience, but I don't think God makes mistakes.
Nice.
And I think that this is happening to me for a reason, and in order for me to grow, I'm just embracing it and just making the most out of it. Cherishing the time with my family. Yeah. With the NBA, you travel a lot and you're not really around, so. I've kind of missed out on the last few years of just having that quality time. So I think just making the most out of that is probably the biggest thing for me.
Oh, man, that's love. Family's everything, especially when you have a good surrounding around you.
For sure.
It's going to help develop you as a person. I want to backtrack a little bit before we talk about the NBA stuff. Let's talk about college for a little bit. Mm-hmm. You get to UW. Not necessarily sure if there was scouting reports out there that saying you were going to go one and done.
Yeah, there were none.
There were none, right? So when you got there, you were pretty much supposed to be a system guy.
Yeah, project.
Like a potential type of guy.
Yeah.
And you got there, and you and DeJounte did y'all thug this. Yeah. So when you're starting to play and you're getting these double games, like having big games, what's the mindset then? Like, is there noise ringing?
We were so green. Like, well, I at least know I was. Like, I was just there. I was there. You know what I mean? Like, I was so present in the moment that the idea of the NBA wasn't even in my mind. Like, I'm just like, I'm here, And before the season even started, it's funny, I was dealing with a parking ticket, and one of my coaches, his name was Will Conroy.
Shout out Will.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Dub C. So he's sitting here, we're talking, and he was like, man, he said, when one of you guys decides to leave, the other one's going to leave with him. And I'm like, no way. Like, I'm like, I'm good. Like, I don't even think about that. Like, I'm here. And that's what happened. Like, during the season, we just started hooping, and I think it really started before the season because we used to sleep at the gym. Like, we'll go there late at night, we'll shoot, and we used to have early morning workouts. So it's like, we'll rather that than walk home in the rain. So we'll sleep in the locker room, wake up 6, 7 in the morning, have our weights, and then go to class. And we would do that for it was a few weeks early before the season started, and we just committed. And it was really me and DeJounte in there. And his trainer would come in there, Jingles, and he'll work us out. And then it was really just that. I think it was just the grind that we were just committed to the process of it. And I forgot who we played. It might have been like Mount St. Mary's at home, and it was a out-of-conference game, but we were hooping. I had like 29. I think he might have had like 30 or something. It was wild. Like, when that happened, I think that was really when it started the process in my mind, like, yeah, like, I'm supposed to be here doing this,
Yeah.
And it was just a surreal moment. I think having a home game for one of the first games, and we're hooping like that, it was just different, and obviously being out here, people come to our games and when playing Sheldon and
Facts.
PG and stuff like that, but hearing Heck rock like that, it was crazy, bro. So it was a good experience, and I think throughout the whole process, I never really like lost sight of what the main goal was, which was really just to be there and win. You know, we tried our best. We tried to do what we could do. We only missed the tournament by one game, and it was a little fluky. I'm not gonna talk about that, but yeah, I think it really never like sat in until me and DeJounte got on the phone after our last game. And I'm out here, and he calls me. He was like, "What are you trying to do, bro?" And I was like, "I'm with whatever you're trying to do. Like, it's good if you want to leave."
Crazy.
He said, "He's like, I'm ready to go."
Yeah.
I said, "All right, let's do it." And then we called Coach Romar.
So just like that.
That was just like that, bro. It was like but we had talked about it, but we never talked to anybody else. It was literally like I would go into his room, his dorm, and we would sit there. We'll look at the little ESPN thing, and we're like, "Damn, bro, we're going up. Like, but we'll never talk to nobody else about it. We just kept it between us because we didn't want it to be bigger than it was supposed to be, you know. And it was never about us trying to leave. We were just trying to hoop, and we were doing what we were supposed to do, and it paid off.
That's amazing. So you guys are sleeping in the gym. So wait, you go from sleeping in the gym, to going first round, But in the midst of that, though, I think people out there listening, I need you guys to hear this and understand the work ethic, the grind, the determination had to be there. So then I want to ask you this. So in the midst of that, when you're midway through the season, are you able to get calls from executives, or are they calling the coaches, or how does that work? How does that work? I have no clue.
So the funniest part is this might have been like one of the first times I was ever allowed to really get mad at my mom.
Okay.
Because the people like agents and stuff start calling, but I never wanted to deal with it. So I told my mom, like, I don't want to hear it. Like, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want you to talk to them. Like, I'm here. And she was like, I know, but we need to be prepared if something happens. I'm like, no, like, that's not my plan. Like, my plan is to play basketball and figure it out when it happens. And that was probably one of the only times I was ever really allowed to get mad at her, and she couldn't even really get mad back because it was like, it was my life. You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to figure out where I wanted to go and what direction, and I wasn't 100% sure that I wanted to leave after a year when all this stuff was happening. And, you know, like, agents are calling my moms, and they're trying to tell my mom what is going on. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking about it, you know what I mean? But I don't want to get ahead of myself and start, like, losing what the main goal is, like I said, which is just trying to win and be there. But they were calling, and I was just trying my best to stay present in the moment. I think that was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. So you were always younger in your classes, right?
Yeah.
So walk me through this. Draft day. This is 2016, correct?
Yeah.
I remember this like it was yesterday. So I don't think I've ever told you this. On that exact day, I had signed my NCAA D2 scholarship to Holy Names University.
Did you?
So me, DJ, Tegan, I don't know if UC was there, but the whole gang, everybody. We go to Wingstop that same day, and we're watching the NBA draft.
That's crazy.
And we're like, we're rooting for you, like waiting for you to get picked. And the 8th pick comes up. And we're like, dang, that's crazy. Like, Keith just got drafted, right? What is that feeling? Because you were actually in the green room. So what was that like?
I mean, if I'm going to be honest with you, I was a little pissed off at the time just because up until the 4th pick came, I was told I was going 4.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm ready. I'm like, I'm going to Phoenix at 4, blah, blah, blah. Like, they told me I'm going there. I'm good. Like, I already have my mind set on that. So Sacramento told me during my my pro day, they said, if you're available at 8, we're taking you. We don't care.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. Like, I'm talking to Vivek face-to-face, and we're sitting here. He's like, yeah, we're taking you at 8.
Wow.
I'm like, all right, bet. So, like, regardless, whatever happens, I'm going home if there's no other option. So, get to the draft. Cameras start coming around, and it's the 4th pick. So I'm like, my heart's like booming out my chest. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm about to get drafted, and then my agent comes up. He's like, they're taking Dragan. Oh, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Like, Dragan's my dog now that we was teammates, but at the time I was pissed. Like, oh man, my mom, they called Dragan's name. My mom's clapping. I tapped her on the leg. I'm like, stop clapping. I'm hella mad. I'm salty, man. I was like, I was supposed to go 4, but you know, I think, like I said, God don't make mistakes. You know, and then it ended up happening the way it was supposed to. But like, hindsight's 2020. At the time, Sacramento had D-Cuz, Costa Kufis, Willie Cauley-Stein. So like, playing time was gonna be slim. Halfway through the season, a couple of those guys aren't there no more. So I'm like, damn, if I would have went to Sac, I still would have been playing. I don't know, I would have been home. I'd have been around my family. I think the hardest part would have just been trying to figure out how many tickets I need to get each game.
Every
so,
game.
Like that would have been the toughest part, but the opportunity would have been there,
Yeah.
you know. But going to Phoenix still was a blessing in itself. I think I just had to learn to grow up a little bit faster. But like that green room experience is different, man. Like them lights is bright, like everything was the main thing. You know what I mean? Like the lights are shining on the stage, and it happens so fast. Like they call my name, I'm walking up, all I'm thinking is don't trip. Don't trip on this stage. Don't trip on this stage. Like I'm putting a hat on. I'm like, all right, just don't fall down. Don't fall. I'm walking up the steps all slow. Shook his hand. Next thing I know, I'm sitting in the back room. I had to wait. Like I didn't even get to enjoy my draft party because the pick got traded. So like I had to wait until the second round for the pick that I was traded for. So they traded it was Scalabrine, Papagiannis, and then Bogdanovich.
Yep.
So for my pick, but a couple of those picks were later in the draft. So I'm like, I'm waiting in the back, waiting, because the picks have to get processed in order for the trade to go through. So I didn't even get to leave there until like midnight, 12:30, and my party was over at 1 o'clock. So by the time I got to the draft party, it was me and Buddy shared a draft party.
Yeah.
I get there, Buddy went, I think like 6. So like Buddy was there turning up, having fun. Like they didn't cut the cakes and everything. I'm like, damn, I walk in and then we blow out the candles for my cake. And then the party was over with. I was like, oh my goodness, man. Like, so that was like the start to a long process. But I mean, at the time, I was so blessed. I was so happy. I wasn't even really tripping after, like, I went to the club. We had fun. Like, that was my first time ever really getting to go to a club because they, like, rented out a whole little thing for all the draftees. So that was cool.
So you didn't even get to really experience your draft party. No. You were just in the back the whole time.
Literally, waiting in the back, like, watching. And the whole time I was watching, I'm waiting for DeJounte to go. And I'm pissed off because I'm like, why is he not getting picked yet? Like, sitting here watching pick after pick after pick, and that was why he was getting frustrated because he should have went earlier.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But
where did he go exactly? What pick?
I want to say 29.
To San Antonio, right?
San Antonio, yeah.
It's still a good fit, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think that was the best thing that could have happened.
That's the best thing. I think also, too, the big thing is it's always not about the pick number, but it's about the fit.
Absolutely.
Like, if you can get, like, a Jordan Poole.
100%.
Freaking like a Draymond Green. You just get to the right fit and you can play. That's all that matters.
Even like a Malcolm Brogdon. Like,
come on.
He was in the second round.
Rookie of the year.
You don't even think about that. You know what I mean? Like, he was that draft.
And he was that draft.
Yeah.
He was rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm tweaking.
Nobody's thinking about that.
That's crazy. So after the draft happens, right? We're in Wingstop. And I remember this like it was yesterday. Now we're all talking like the DJ. Like, bro, how crazy would it be like you get drafted next year?
Yeah.
Gets drafted next year.
Man.
So it's like now we got 2 Sacramento guys back to back. I don't think that's ever happened.
I don't think so.
Ever.
I don't.
2 Sacramento guys back to back in the first round.
Yeah.
So now you have this expectation of, okay, lottery pick. And you know the talk of everybody saying, oh, you're either a bust or you flourish. And I don't really like that talk because it's hard to be successful in the NBA.
Yeah.
You're top 450 in the world.
Yeah.
So you're a top 8 pick going into your first season. What's going through your mind right now?
Man, I mean, if I'm being honest, it was like I said, I was pissed. I was mad. Like I went to prove something. Like I was like, I'm gonna show you why I should have been 4 and it should have been the other way around. But I think I just wanted to go be myself. Like I wasn't going to like go try to do nothing that I couldn't do. Like I was just trying to play the same game that I played before. And realistically, I feel like because I was the second lottery pick, that there was less pressure on me and more on him. When you're a top 5 pick, that's a little different. I think top 5 and top 10 is still different. Yeah. Like it's a lottery pick, but it's a little different from that. Same as going top 3. Like you're expected to be in that rookie of the year race and all these accolades and things like that. So I think a little bit of the pressure was taken off of me and put on him. And I was just being myself, and then I think it might have been like 3 games I didn't start in the beginning of the season. Then after that, I started every other game, and I think that Earl Watson, he gave me an opportunity to just make a mistake. You know what I mean? Like it never really was a time where we were getting screamed at for making mistakes. I think because we kind of understood how young of a team we were, but we were talented. I think so. We went out there and just tried to hoop, like just do what we were supposed to do. We weren't trying to get out of character, but obviously it didn't result in a lot of wins just because we were so young and inexperienced. But I think I learned a lot just as a person, you know, and just continuing to grow and learning more about the business aspect of it and how things can happen in this league.
From a maturity standpoint, learning about the business stuff and all that, when you enter Phoenix as a teenager, in the NBA in general, how was the attitude? Like, did that affect your play in terms of if you're getting technicals or you're getting in trouble with coaches or you're missing rotations or things of that nature? When you're so green and young, like how are coaches talking to you?
I mean, it depends on which time of the season it is. You know what I mean? Like
First half.
It wasn't much. It wasn't much. It was more like trying to nip it in the bud before it became a problem.
Got you.
You know, but I think who I am is I'm a passionate person, whether it's, you know, outside of basketball or playing basketball. I express how I feel. Like I don't really hide it. You know, it's hard for me. So it's like when I'm happy, people are gonna know I'm happy. When I'm sad, people are gonna feel that I'm sad. Like, and I don't do it on purpose. It's just how I am. Like, I've always been that way. And I truthfully feel like my strength was my biggest flaw. You know what I mean? Because I had an attitude and I had a chip and I play hard, but it was such a thin threshold of this is too far and this is not enough. You know what I mean? And that was the hardest thing. But I did have a couple talks with like GMs and things like that, and like Ryan McDonough, he was the GM at the time, just saying like it wasn't helping anybody. You know what I mean? Me getting technicals and things like that. Like playing hard and getting technicals is a little different. You know, like there was times where I know I would get beside myself and I would act a little out of character and do some things that, you know, I'm not supposed to and that don't need to be done in a basketball game. But it was just part of the growing experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, I was never proud to be getting technicals. I never thought it was cute or anything, but that was just who I was how I play. It's how I play still. You know what I mean? Like, I just care. I want to win, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. So somebody on the other side is trying to keep me from winning. It brings something out. You know what I mean? As a competitor, you kind of want that. But like I said, there's a threshold of this is too much and this is not enough.
I feel what you're saying 100%. You know, I think people in general deal with not triggers, but like if you're so passionate about something, either way, sad, happy, mad, but you're trying to show it. Sometimes it may come out a way where you're like, dang, I wish it didn't happen that way. And but it's like you're so passionate that you mean well, but when it's perceived from the other side, people are like, oh, hold on now, you know. So take a pause from that. What was your welcome to the NBA moment in that rookie year?
Ooh, I mean, I feel like I had a couple. I think one of the biggest ones is playing D-Cuz here.
Ooh, Big Bud.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like, he was running up the court and it was like, it was weird, bro. Even though it wasn't at Sleep Train or Arco, like, it was like, I'm in sack. Like, he used to be at some of our high school games when we would play Grant. You know, whenever you play Grant, he's at all the games.
Always.
So, like, I'm, like, looking at him, and I'm like, this is who I'm trying to be like. I'm trying to play in the NBA like him. So, like, when he was running down the court, I'm like, damn, this is kind of surreal. Like, in front of my family, back at the crib, playing against somebody that I used to see when I was in high school. Like, that was crazy for me. And then playing in New York, that was one of them.
Madison?
Too. No, when we played at Barclays, I don't know why. It was just the
Barclays?
lighting.
It's super nice in there, by the way.
Lighting. Like, it felt like a movie. Like, it was crazy for me. And I played pretty well, so that that had a part of it.
What was your best game that rookie year?
Oof.
I mean, it's tough. 82-game season.
That was one of them. I'm trying to remember. It might have been. I think I had 26. I think against Milwaukee.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
In Milwaukee or
at
the crib?
At home.
Okay.
That was a really good game for me.
Yeah.
I had a crazy stretch. It was when I won Rookie of the Month. It was like I was playing really well for like 2 months, and everything kind of was just clicking. You know what I mean? I was making jump shots. I was getting dunks, and we were kind of playing well. Even like I said, like the wins weren't accumulating, but like we were starting to trend and look like, okay, we know what we're doing out here. You know what I mean? And I think that was kind of where I felt like I was making the most impact.
So after you got that Rookie of the Month accolade, are you thinking Rookie of the Year at this point?
Yeah,
for sure.
I was thirsty for it. I was thirsty. I was trying, but it was like I'm I'm trying to remember. I think that was the same year that Joel came back from being hurt.
Yes.
So
No, Embiid?
Yeah. And he was, because it was like, because then the next year Ben was in the rookie of, you know what I mean? Because Joel was in the rookie year, and then I was when Malcolm won.
Oh,
it was Joel and Malcolm. And then
okay, yeah.
What's it called?
So I think Joel got drafted 2014-15.
But he was hurt. So
That's
then
right.
he never had played like an actual season. So then they counted that as his rookie year.
Okay.
And they had him in all the votings and stuff. So he was killing. You know what I mean? Like, he was experienced, knew what he was doing. And then they ended up giving it to Malcolm. So it was like Joel, Brandon, Ingram, and Malcolm were all like,
that's right.
You know what I mean?
Wow. I forgot. Joel was considered a rookie in that class?
He was hooping. So it was like I was like the outlier. You know what I mean? Like, in my head, I'm like, I got a chance. But it's like, people might have voted. I don't really know. It was never like out there about people voting. But I was trying, bro. I was trying. After, especially once I started hooping and got that rookie of the month, that was when I was like, all right, let's see if this is like something that could happen.
For sure.
I kept my eye out for it. I was trying, but
that would have been hard, bro. First in Sacramento history.
I would have been so blessed for that, man. That would have been amazing.
That'd been legendary, bro.
For sure.
So now this is your 7th year, right? Going on year 7. You play against a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Who's the hardest matchup?
Ooh.
Give me one. It could be a guard. It could be a big.
I think it's AD. AD was one of them.
Okay. Why?
He cooked my ass one time so bad. Oh, my. But it was a team effort. He cooked everybody on the team. Like, he had about 20-something on me, but, like, he ended the game with 50.
What's his AD in
New Orleans?
New Orleans?
Oh, my goodness.
He different, yeah.
Like, I did my thing, too, though. I had, like, 23, 24, so I was all right. But,
yeah.
Oh, my goodness. And it was funny because I don't know what was happening, but the next couple games, I was like, man, AD ain't been playing that well. I'm talking to James. You know James, my best friend.
Yeah.
So then next game, cooked my ass. I came into the house. James is looking at me like this. He said, he like, so AD not like that? I was like, nah, he's like that. He's cold, bro.
Yeah.
He did that for sure. So
when you're playing these NBA games and you go back home to your boys and everything, like, you be having like real conversations as if like you're watching the game.
Yeah, I'm realistic, man. I mean, I still am a fan of people, you know what I mean, in the way that they play, and I enjoy watching the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't watch it as much as I probably should all the time, but I try to get away from it as you play it every day. You know what I mean? So I think it's good to have an escape, and I golf, so that's my thing. But
fun.
Aside from that, like, yeah, well, I talk about basketball. I enjoy talking about it like a fan sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, and just acknowledging how good people are. Like, I don't really have no pride about talking about somebody else when you know that somebody has a talent. You know, I think that's really what it is acknowledging somebody else's gift.
I think that can keep the hunger alive too. Like, if you're a fan of the game while playing in the game, I think that keeps your drive. Like, you want to be talked about like you're talking about that person by other people.
Absolutely. I think that, and it's like everybody says that they don't want people to talk about them, but deep down everybody got a little bit of an ego. You like when people give you a compliment and people talk about something that you're proud of. You know what I mean? Like, even if, no matter what it is, whether it's sports or it's a hobby you have, if somebody gives you a compliment on it, your ego it's a little fueled. So
for sure,
yeah, you definitely like hearing those types of things.
Well, man, you know, I also want to give you your flowers too. You know, not a lot of people can play 7 years in the league, can play a year in the league.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of moments, up and down moments. I want to point out one moment, man, where I watched and I literally almost broke my phone when I seen this moment against Cleveland. No, my bad. You're playing in Cleveland against Brooklyn. Yeah. you caught the ball at the left wing, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think he took one or two dribbles, and I said, he about to go at him right now. I know this is about to go down. I was like, one thing gonna happen. Either Jarrett gonna send his stuff, or he gonna put Jarrett in that rim. He low key blocked it, but you powered it through.
Because, like, I don't know what it was. It was one of those things. It was supposed to happen. Like, I had already made a couple jumpers, so they had to jump at the pump fake.
Yeah.
And I'm going, and I'm like, damn, this big ass dude. I'm like, I gotta punch this. Like, I dunked it so hard that it just went through his hand. And at the time, if you watch, I don't know how to react. Like, I dunked it, and I'm like, I'm just looking at him, and then I turn around and I see Larry Nance doing this. So I'm like, oh yeah, I got him. Like, now it's starting to process in my head as I'm running up the court. I'm like, yeah, that's one of those ones. Like, and I probably watched that maybe like 30 times over the next week. Like, after that happened.
Had to.
Oh my goodness. That was probably one of my favorite dunks though. And I had one against New Orleans on Melly. That was a pretty good one.
Which one? Was that a lob?
I caught a little pocket pass, took one one dribble and punch.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So okay. So what was your favorite dunk then of your career? I know mine in college was the East Bay in the warm up line off the lob.
My East Bay.
That was crazy in college.
I think that's still on my Twitter.
It's still on your Twitter.
Yeah, that shows you how much I don't go on Twitter like that. But I love that dunk.
But it was so effortless. It looked like
that was the only time I've ever done that.
Hey, all right.
That was crazy. Like I haven't even. That was the first time trying it and first time doing it. Like I had never. Like it just went. I jumped and just put the ball.
It looked seamless.
Yeah. Like and after I did it, I was kind of confused and I tried it. I was like, oh, hold on, let me try again. I couldn't get it. I was like, I got to try to get that one back.
Yeah.
But I had a cool dunk. It was weird though. It was kind of just a natural thing. I think it was against Orlando. It was kind of like a 360 lob. Like it wasn't like a T. Ross 360 lob, like up in the air, but I caught it and I turned and I dunked it while I was still turning.
Mm-hmm.
That was one that I liked. That was in Phoenix. Tyler, like it was like a drawn up play though.
Mm-hmm. Tyler
Ulis, yep.
Yeah.
Shout out him. You know, he just got put on staff at Kentucky, so that's pretty.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. So this
that's
next
crazy.
semester he's gonna be on staff, so that's good for him.
Yeah, we were the same class.
That's crazy.
I was a huge fan of him though.
Yeah, no, he's got game, man. He's so nice.
One of the coldest.
I would say that one, and then probably the one on Jarrett Allen.
I think Jarrett Allen. That's got to be a poster somewhere, bro.
It has to be. There's actually like dope pictures from all angles of the same dunk. So I think I'm gonna get that framed one.
I think you had to get two framed, like the block,
yeah,
and then the follow through.
Right, exactly.
Like it's like there's no way you're getting through that, and then you power it through.
Yeah.
I think it's a testament to life in general. Like I look at things from a deeper perspective. Like people, you always seen the meme of the person knocking the dirt down to get to the diamond, and like he's like one hit away,
yeah,
and he stops.
For sure.
So it's like you power through something like that that's meant to stop you. I don't know. I think that's a beautiful thing, man.
For sure. You just keep pushing to the main goal.
So after Phoenix, you end up in, I believe, was it Houston? Not gonna talk about Houston. That was short lived.
Yeah.
Then you find your way in Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, hold on. I want to do this on camera first, real quick, man. You find yourself in Golden State. I need you to sign. This
man!
By the way, I need you to go ahead and sign that for me, man. Like, show the people. Hold on.
I don't think too many people got this one. I think a couple people in my family got this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need you to go ahead and sign that, man. Yeah, and then we're gonna continue this conversation.
Right. Where you want me to sign it at?
Sign it like I think above the Chris would be fire. Like like right above the Chris would be hard. That's love. That's love right there.
I don't think people understand how hard these jerseys be to sign, though.
Bro, super hard. You gotta like stretch them out.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, that was kind of
My bad.
Yeah, you have to clip that. That was kind of crazy.
Perfect. We got him. We got us one.
I'll personalize it after this so we could take some time and write on it.
No, for sure. I'm gonna put that on the side right here, man. So you get to Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a great situation now.
Mm-hmm.
I think Golden State might have been the best fit for you because it actually fit your play style.
Yeah.
Pick and roll, pick and pops, little between the leg passes to Steph. Yeah, wait. You're playing with Steph Curry, by the way.
Crazy.
The greatest shooter of all time, arguably people's GOAT.
Yeah.
What is you get to Golden State that first practice and you're like, I'm here. I'm with Steph, Clay. I'm with NBA champs right now.
Yeah. So I mean, that honestly wasn't even the first practice. I had to make the team. So like I went on a training camp deal because this was after Cleveland. So I'm a free agent. And like teams are, he might be a headache, he might not be coachable, this and that. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go where somebody gives me an opportunity to be myself.
Yeah.
And Golden State was like, yeah, bring him in. You know, we're not guaranteeing him anything. Like he'll have to earn a spot. And they realistically didn't have no roster spots.
Wow.
Yeah, so I just went in there. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna just have to take somebody's spot. And throughout the whole preseason and the training camp and stuff, I was just hooping. Like I was comfortable, I was confident, like I was being myself. And all the between the legs stuff, nobody told me to do that. Like it just happened. It happened one time and then it happened again. And the coaches are like, okay. So then they kept letting me do it. And then we get to walking through plays and stuff, and coaches are doing it, and they're playing around. You know, Bogey used to be doing that. So
yeah.
Everybody was kind of used to seeing that. And then when I did it, they thought that I was copying him. I was like, it didn't even process in my head. It just kind of just happened. Like I got the ball. That was the quickest way to get the pass through, to drop it. Like, so I was like, all right. And then one of the things I do remember, I don't want to curse on here, but
yeah.
So Draymond literally they had to make cuts. So then they ended up cutting Alfonso McKinney, and then they signed me. And Draymond, he's like, "You made the team." He was like, "Don't fuck this up," just straight up like that. Like, and it's literally just me and him. We're doing the warm ups, like, but he like slowed down to talk to me, and I'm like nervous because it's like a couple days before they're about to make the cut. So then he's like, "Yeah," he's like, "You made the team. Don't fuck this up now." And I'm like, "Wow, oh, shit." Like, wow. I'm like, "All right, bet." I'm like, "I got you." Like, I'm not like I don't plan on it. So then keep hooping. And I was on like 3 different contracts during that one season. Like they signed me to a non-guaranteed deal, and then just getting to practice. Like I seen some of the craziest stuff, man. Like seeing Steph fall down, stand up, and like throw it up. Look like he just throwing the ball at the rim, go in, like slip and slide during. Like it's crazy, bro. Like
so it was like NBA Street,
NBA Street. Like, but it was fun. Like just it was real basketball. You know what I mean? Like just the fluidity of it and like. Not having to call plays, but everybody knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
Like it was like, all right, you know, we're gonna run an away action. But after we run this, we're free. We're doing whatever we do, but let's read off each other. And it was just so simple. Like you look at their offense and you're like, oh, it might be difficult, it might be that. It's just they're playing basketball.
They play a lot of split action, don't they?
And just hitting handbags and just get open. Like set screens. If you're standing, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you should be screening for somebody, you should be passing to somebody, you should be cutting. Like that's basketball. That's simple.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think that really just I think like I said, it simplified the game for me and for everybody else. So it's like there really was no mistakes because all you're doing is just playing. And if you do make a mistake, just keep playing.
Yeah.
Like just fix it.
Dang. So you're so okay. So now you make the team in Golden State. After Draymond tells you, don't F this up.
Yeah.
Now you're playing like you're actually in a rotation.
Yeah.
During the point of the season. What was one game that stood out to you playing for the Warriors? I mean, like I said, I used to watch every game.
Yeah, I mean all of them, man. Like it was so fun, and I'm mad that COVID happened because we were
man,
it was so fun to be out there, man.
Yeah.
Like, but there was a lot of games, man. I think we had we played against Chicago in San Francisco. And me and Amari Spellman, we were hooping, like, and that was when they start calling us the Bruise Brothers, like, because we was just down there running into people, getting rebounds and dunking. Like it was fun. We was doing the dirty work, and Amari got a jumper, so he gets to space the floor. I'm down here just doing what I do, like playing hard, getting rebounds, setting screens, like rolling to the basket, dunking. Like there was nothing more that I could have asked for.
Yeah.
And there was a couple games against New York, the Knicks. I'm still, man, I took a stupid jump shot. Like, at the end of the game, like, they swung it up to me on, like, we were pushing the ball. It might have been, like, a minute and a half left or something, and we was rolling.
Yeah.
I got the ball. I'm open in the mid-range. I'm like, I'm shooting this. I'm good. I'm shooting. I missed. I'm like, damn. Fuck the whole momentum up, man. And then they ended up winning that game. But that was, like, one of those games where I felt the energy in that arena. You know what I mean? Like, it was jumping. It was rocking, like, I was getting blocks. I was blocking dunks. I blocked RJ Barrett on a dunk one time, and I started talking crazy. I lost it. Like, I don't know what possessed me, man. He's on the ground talking, but after that, we started laughing. Like, we shook hands and stuff. But it was the competitive nature of myself. Like, when it happened, I just was like, oh, no, this is what's going on. Like, talking my stuff.
So, you brought up something. Yeah, you had a great game against Chicago in the Bay. Ironically, was it in the Chicago practice you got injured?
It was. So after the quarantine and everything like that, we going into the season, blah, blah. I had a good training camp. First game, where was the first game?
Oh, this is after the break period?
This was after. This was like when the season was starting up again.
Oh, you guys going to the bubble?
Yeah. We didn't go to the bubble. We didn't make it.
This is after
everything. So like
after the bubble. Okay, gotcha.
So then the new season started, and I want to say we played Milwaukee. I think it was Milwaukee on Christmas. It was Brooklyn, then Milwaukee on Christmas, and then we went to Chicago.
Got it.
And in the practice, it was funny. I didn't even want to scrimmage in the practice. It was one of those things like we had some people coming back from COVID who were sick. It was James Wiseman and Draymond. So they're going to play a lot of minutes. You know what I mean? I kind of understood my role at this point. Like, I'm a backup big. You know, it's me and Loon as the backup bigs, and we're going to get in. When we get in, we'll do what we do. So I didn't really want to scrimmage and go through the whole 5-on-5 after the practice. I was a little tired. So then one of the coaches like, no, just, go out, get some cardio, run, get some shots up. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm running hard as hell. Like, I'm like, let me get something out of this. Like, I'm a sprint. I'm running down the court, and I set a little, like, I don't know if you remember when DeAndre Jordan and CP were in the LA, he used to run the slip screen. Like, he'll run hella fast and then
just
slip out.
Yep.
CP just throw the ball up. So that's what me and Draymond did. I'm running up the side on the right wing, and I run to set it, and he rejects it. So I slip, and he threw the ball. And I jump off 1 foot. Mind you, I'm a 2-foot jumper, but I can jump off one. I jump off one. I'm hella high. So I grab the ball, and it's behind my head. So I'm like, all right, let me try to find the rim. When I turned, the rim was right here. So I had to reach back and try to dunk it. And when I grabbed the rim, my legs kept going. So I slipped. And I'm like, bro, that might have been the longest fall of my life. Like, I'm sitting here falling, and I'm looking. I'm like, damn, I'm about to hit the ground. Boom. And I'm laying on the ground, and, like, I screamed because my leg is pinned under me. But, like, it didn't snap or anything, but it's under me, and I felt it. Like, I felt my knee crunch and my ankle crunch. So I'm like, oh, man. So then, like, shock hits. I sit up. I'm like, no, I'm good. And the trainer at the time, his name's Roger Santos. He's with the Lakers now, but he runs and throws a towel on my leg. And I'm, like, trying to sit up, and he pushed me. He was like, no, sit down. I'm like, bro, I'm good. Like, I'm all right. Let me sit up. He's like, no, sit down. I'm like, all right, whatever. So then my leg just gets hot. Like, my whole leg felt it just get super hot. And I'm like, damn, like, what's going on? So I try to stand up. And Roger and Kelly Oubre, they're, like, trying to help me walk. But, I'm being prideful. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm trying to walk. I took a step, and I just felt my whole foot drop. And I was like, oh, like, hold on. Nah, I need help. Like, and I didn't want everybody to feel sorry for me. So, like, they cut the music. And I'm like, I'm one of those people, like, I don't want to feel that sad energy. I'm like, all right, let's keep the music going. Like, don't everybody look at me. Like, don't focus on me at this point. Like, what happened. It's all good. Like, and I said it. I was like, why is everybody, like, sad? Like, come on, let's keep the music going. Like, I didn't want nobody to be, like, pitying me. And then I walk over, like, to the table. They helped me to the table, which actually, when I said that, Eric Pasco got mad at me. He was like, man, we're looking out for you. Like, I'm like, I'm all right, bro. Like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, just trying to make sure they wasn't thinking about me like that. But realistically, it was bad, and I couldn't tell when it happened how bad it was. But I'm laying on the table, and they're pushing on my shin, like pushing. And they got to the middle of my shin, and he pushed, and his finger went in. Like, and I could feel the bone, like, loose. Like, when he pushed it, I'm like, ooh. And then automatically, the trainer, he was like, told one of the other trainers, he said, go get the air splint. And this whole time, I'm good. Like, after I screamed, I didn't cry, nothing. Like, I'm good. I'm walking. Like, it hurts, but I'm chilling. As soon as he said, get the air splint, I looked at him like, is it broken? And he said, yeah, I think so. I started crying, bro. Broke down, tears. Like, I couldn't hold. I was, bro, like, because worked so hard in the summer trying to get back. I'm like, damn, I'm finally about to get paid. Like, be good. I'm going to go through this season. Everything's going to be the way it's supposed to be. Then I was just broke down, bro. Everybody came over, like, giving me pats on the chest and stuff. Like, I was like, man. Like, and everything just kind of flashed. Like, it was so quick.
Man, that's a crazy story. Just to be in the aura of, like, an injury is one thing, but to be the one that's injured is another.
For sure.
I've been on that side of things too. So I want to ask you this: when you're going through that, like, dang, like, my leg's broken, season's about to start. I was about to be in the rotation heavy. This could have been a championship type of year. Is the support system around you helping feed that positivity, or is it more so you have to do it self-induced?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think my family is super supportive, and I had people around me that were there for me. But I think I just had to learn. Like, I had to learn a lot about myself, and I think it was also tougher because I was in San Francisco, kind of where they were lifting all the quarantine things, but it wasn't fully done. So, like, I can't leave the house and go do whatever I want, but like, I kind of can go to the gym, and that was like my outlet. You know what I mean? Like, and I was going through a lot at the time with my personal life that I don't really need to get into, but I was talking to the trainers a lot, like, every day. So that was like my venting, you know what I mean? And I would talk to my family, and they were there for me. My mom would come down as much as she could and take care of me. But, like, realistically, like you said, it's one of those internal things, you know what I mean? I had to fight through it and learn what type of person I was.
Yeah. So you're able to get back on your feet eventually. Is there some type of, not like, you know how you feel a certain way about a certain situation, like, dang, what could have been, But is there that kind of what could have been if you didn't get injured? Like, do you think? I mean, you might not have been on this podcast right now.
I don't. Yeah,
you've been playing 100% right now,
and it sucks because it's like I said, I felt like I was in that perfect position to get some money, like, and that I was like somewhere that wanted me to be there, and somewhere that like someone needed something that I brought. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, man, like this is a perfect situation. Like, in other words, it's a perfect storm. Like, everything was falling into place the way it was supposed to, and then that happened. But like I said before, like, I don't think God makes mistakes, and I think that I had more growing up to do. You know, and at the time, like, I might not have been ready for what I thought I wanted.
100%.
But I mean, it happens for a reason. And, you know, I think the only thing that frustrates me a little bit is that it was such a long process, and then now I got to go through it again. But like I said, I'm like, I just keep growing. I keep learning about myself. I keep learning the things that I can and can't handle.
Yeah.
And it's just a lifelong journey.
Definitely a lifelong journey, man. You know, you see a lot of NBA guys from the public eye, you know, oh, you have a lot of money, you're good. And I tell people all the time, I'm like, you know, it's not always about the money when it comes to like your passion, because you want to be out there playing. Like, regardless if you're getting paid or not, if you're in injured reserve, you want to be like the best abilities, availability. Yeah. Right. So we've already talked about the surgery you had this past was off season, correct? So now you're going into your seventh season, and once you rehab again to get back on the court, what kind of keys can we expect?
I mean, I'm just gonna do what I'm supposed to do, what anybody asks me to do. You know what I mean? If somebody wants me to just come in and set screens and play hard as hell, then I'm gonna do that. If to the best of my ability, I'm gonna get back to having bounce. You know what I mean? I think that's my favorite thing to do. Is
I love it.
Yeah, and you know, my mom loves watching me dunk too, so I think it's a little bit of a motivator. And it's just fun. I mean, that's how I play. So you know, I think to the best of my ability, I'm gonna get back to doing that.
Yeah.
And just doing whatever any team needs me to do. You know, I want to play basketball, like you said. Like, the main goal is to play as long as I can, healthily. Yeah. You know what I mean? I wanna feel good walking away from playing basketball, and I hope that's not anytime soon.
Yeah. You want to walk away on your own shield, basically.
Exactly.
So in this time right now, today speaking, who's some of the people that are helping you get back to that NBA level?
So right now I'm rehabbing at the Myers Institute of Sports in LA, or in El Segundo. My physical therapist, his name's Sean Johnson. You know, shout out him. He puts in a lot of work. You know, and he pushes me to get better. And he doesn't really let me take the easy way out, even if something might be a little sore. You know, we push through it. Obviously, my trainer, Jarrett Waters. Shout out KI Hoops.
Come on.
Finally got a hoodie, man.
Dang, I ain't got my hoodie yet. Dang. Is that suede?
This exclusive.
Oh, that's stitched.
Embroidered. You know that.
That's nice right there.
Good word. Yeah, I think those are the main people. And then my mom just keeping me grounded and understanding that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? I think that that's the biggest thing, is just keeping it in the front of my mind and just understanding where I'm supposed to be at. You know, that I might be here now, but the main goal is to get back to playing.
Facts. I mean, there's always a reason. There's always a reason to the madness. No matter what. Like I said, guys that make mistakes. You might be experiencing this right now to prepare you for 10 years down the line for something, you know? And like, we can't see it. It's tough because you can't see what's happening.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I just got to trust you guys. Trust in it, in the process, and just keep faith. I want to pivot a little bit from the basketball talk, man. We have made it to the trivia portion.
Okay, let's
go. Of the podcast. Trio, what we at right now? 43. Oh, this is perfect time.
All right, bet.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you a few riddles.
What's the topic of the riddles? Do we got to do with basketball or not?
Oh, no.
I'm letting you know I saw how many months have 28 days.
That's fine.
So I know that one.
Okay, wait, which ones have you saw then? Which ones?
That was the only one I seen.
Okay, cool. We gonna get you on this one. All right.
I'm with it. Come on. I take pride in these riddles, so come on.
Let's get it. All right. What does MACDONALD spell?
Excuse me?
MAC.
Yeah.
DONALD.
McDonald's.
Yes.
Okay.
What does MC?
Is that how I thought it was MC.
Oh yeah, I can spell MAC.
Okay, that's what threw me off. I was like, hold on.
What does MACDOWELD spell?
McDowell.
Yes. What does MACHINE spell?
I've heard this one. I didn't hear it from you though, but machine.
Dang it!
Yeah.
It's tough because like that one's so out there right now.
Yeah, that's how I seen it on social media. That's a good one though.
Okay. Spell fat.
I seen this one.
Damn
too.
it! He's on to me.
I'm on this.
Hold on. Okay,
it was gonna be father.
Hold on. Okay. Respect.
It was gonna be father. I see.
Okay. Let me see. I have some new ones. Okay. What is seen in the middle of March and April, but never at the beginning or end?
What is seen? Say it again.
What is seen in the middle of March and April, but never at the beginning or end? I think we got him.
What is seen at the beginning of March and April?
In the middle of March and April, but never at the beginning or end.
An R.
Shit.
Was I right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm proud of that one.
Damn,
Yeah.
he's stumping me right now. Okay. Correct this sentence. Is it the yolk of an egg is white or the yolk of an egg are white?
Is white.
So say it with your whole heart.
Yeah, is white.
So the yolk of an egg is white.
But it depends on if you're talking about eggs plural or like egg. No, the yolk of an egg is yellow.
Got him. We got him. Yes. Yes. We got him.
You have me, yeah. You definitely have me for sure.
I think I'm gonna leave on that note.
Yeah.
Dang it. I thought I was really gonna get you on the machine one.
No, I heard that one. It was just too many spelling. I was like, once I started to hear MAC a couple times, I was like, where have I heard this?
Dang it.
Yeah,
it's cool. Maybe I got him on one. So I went 1 for 3.
1 for 3.
1 for 3. That's cool.
If we're playing baseball, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Easy. That's like 30% from the
Hall of Fame.
from the at bat. Okay, so enough for the trivia, man. I want to ask you a couple NBA questions before we get back to the last topic of the day. All right. You have to cut one, bench one, start one. Kyrie, Dame, Steph. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Tough. I think that's my top 3 Ps in the league right now.
That's tough.
Yeah. You want me to go first?
I know Kyrie. You're keeping Kyrie.
Come on now.
I know you are. You're cutting Dame.
I mean, like not.
I'm start Steph.
Okay. Now Dame and Kyrie, that's tough.
It is very tough.
It's tough.
I might have to bench Dame.
Oh my gosh, you cutting Kyrie? You cutting the most offensively skilled player we've ever seen in history?
Very talented. There's nothing against him, but that 3 ball, it's worth a little bit.
It's tough.
It's worth a little bit. Shooting from 35,
it is worth.
You can't guard that.
It is worth a little something.
That's gonna space the floor for everybody.
I mean, but Kyrie shoot that thing too, though.
He can. Dame just became the all-time leading scorer over there. He do what he do. He can put that ball in the basket.
Hey, he put that brown thing in that round thing.
That's wild.
That is wild.
That's wild. Oh my goodness.
Okay, another one. All right. Wait. So who's your GOAT if you have one?
I think in this area it has to be Bron.
Okay, you have to play against Bron.
Yeah.
What is that like? Side note.
It's different. It's hard. It's hard to guard, bro.
Is he? I heard he's always talking.
Yeah, and he's smart, bro. Like he's one of those people that just like Draymond's also one of these people that sees things happening as they're happening. You know what I mean? Like you may not think that they're paying attention and seeing something develop on this side of the floor, but they know and they'll tell people. They're talking to the top wing. They're talking to the bottom corner, like making things happen rather than waiting for them to happen. You know what I mean? And that's a different experience for sure.
For sure. I can only imagine you playing someone with such a high IQ. It gets frustrating at a point.
It does.
You're like, why can't I just see
even like Rondo? You could hear clips of Rondo talking throughout the game, telling people where they're supposed to be, and Rondo will tell Biggs, "Get out, I got it," for a rebound. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, you be like, "No, I want this rebound," but he's trying to push the break exactly, like because he's like, if I get the board, I'm throwing it. Like, that's fast. If you get it, now you got to pass it to me for me to throw.
And then you got to run.
Exactly. So it's like, let's cut out the middleman. I'm gonna go get it.
That's actually smart. Say, I got it. Go rim run.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find you.
For sure.
1,
it changes
2.
the pace of the game.
Wow. I didn't even think about something so small. That's so like minute. Like,
for sure.
Wow. That's amazing. My my next question is this. Bron, KD, and we'll throw in. Okay, we'll throw in Michael Jordan.
Oh my God.
Bron, KD, MJ. Not cut one, bench one, start one. To build your franchise around. Bron, KD, MJ. No, take MJ out. Oh, current player. Bron, KD, and Giannis. To start your franchise around 2023 draft.
I'm saying Bron.
You kind of got to.
Bron. I think Bron's going to make everybody around him better.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just by facilitating and passing. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, he could put the ball in the hoop, but his biggest asset is probably his passing.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's wild, like, because he's such an elite scorer. You know what I mean? Like, KD is an elite scorer as well. Like, KD's not the most elite.
I think he's the best scorer I've seen.
I don't think you can really name anybody that puts the ball in the basket better than him. But I think the hardest thing with the Giannis talk is just the shooting. He's obviously getting better, but you know what I mean? It's a different day and age of basketball where it's like they value the three so much.
Facts.
So it's like if teams are able to pack in the paint, it kind of makes it a little tougher.
I definitely, I can agree. You know what's even crazier about this conversation? Me and Giannis are like the same age. That's wild. I was looking at myself in the mirror one day. I said, what does it take to be an NBA player? And I said, oh, man. I was looking at the age. I was like, hey, D-Book, 25 and under. Luka, 25 and under. And I'm like, Jason Tatum, 25 and under. Jaylen Brown, 25 and under. And I'm looking, I'm like, wait, where's Giannis? I'm like, oh, we're the same age.
It's crazy.
So I'm like, oh, my days are shut. my days are shot. I'm recognizing this, and like 3 years ago, I'm like, yeah, we're 26, 27, the same age, and he's 50 and 20, MVP, NBA champ. I'm like, yeah, this is different. It's different levels to this, man. I do want to ask you one thing though. Moving back to the NBA side, there's a bit of couple altercations you've been in, right? I want to talk about the Serge Ibaka one. Okay. As we're watching it, I remember they threw a full court pass. I believe you were on offense or defense.
I was on defense.
They were throwing it to him. And I think you fouled him. He fell.
No, he fouled me on all.
Okay, that's right.
He's grabbing my jersey like this, and I'm like this.
And then he falls.
So what happens is,
wait, tell me about that, because
it was a buildup.
Okay,
so he checks in the game, mind you. He's mad he didn't start. I don't really know what was going on, but that's what some of his teammates said, that he was already frustrated before the game even started. Got you. So
he was in Toronto.
Okay. But what's his name was starting?
Valanciunas?
No. It was Gasol.
Oh, Marc Gasol. Oh, that was okay.
So so he started, and bro was mad, and then we both get checked in around the same time. And we're at the free throw line, and he checked me with an elbow. I'm like, bro, don't do that shit. Like, I'm not really in the mood like to be on that. Like, I'm just like, bro, don't do that. So then the next time he does it again, I'm like, bro, I'm not some little ass boy you're gonna bully, bro. Stop that shit. It's like, now we're kind of going back and forth. It's a little more heated. And then like I'm dribbling for a DHO, and he's fouling me, like reaching dumb hard, fouling me. I'm my fault. Reaching.
You good?
And I'm like, bro, come on, like, what are you on, bro? So then, like, couple minutes go by, and now this play happens, and I'm standing here trying to guard him. Like, I know they're trying to throw full court. It's only like 1 second left, if like point something. He grabs my jersey, so I'm like this, trying to show the ref. So I'm like, when they don't look, I'm like, all right, say less. I pin his arm. I'm like, nah, you want to grab me, I'm keeping your arm. So I pin it underneath my arm, and then when he goes to jump, I lift it up so you can't tell. So I'm like, oh, like I'm going for the ball, and he falls. I'm like, bro, get out of here with that flopping shit, bro. Like. And I look down like this, like while I'm saying, I turn around and I'm like, whatever, like walking away. I turn around, next thing I see out the corner of my eyes, him reaching like this. I was like, oh my goodness. So like I had no time to react. So I'm like getting pushed back, and I boom hit the stanchion. And I'm like, bro, it was fight or flight at that point. I'm like, everything was going through my head. I'm like, bro, I can't let him hem me up like this, bro. I gotta get him off me. So I like try to push him. And then when I had my arm free, I went to punch him. and Brandon Knight like try to grab my arm. So,
his like slow motion,
bro,
everything happened
it
is
was
like
crazy. It was so slow. Like B Knight ran over, grabbed my arm, and I tried to punch him and like skimmed off his forehead like this, and he tried to punch me and I ducked. Next thing I know, they just separated us. And I was more mad because I was like, he didn't really, it wasn't like anybody wanted to fight. You know what I mean? Like after it happened, he walked away and I'm standing here like, what the hell? Like, I'm like, bro, if you really wanted to fight, you would have kept trying to fight. Like there was nothing, you know what I mean? Like after everybody separated us, it was like, he didn't even care. He just walked away. So then my teammates were all geeked up, like happy because I punched him. I'm mad, bro. Like this is during the process of me like starting to grow up. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm tired of giving my money away. Like, meanwhile, I had stuff after that too, like little mini lapses in judgment. But yeah, so like my teammates are geeked. I'm like, hell no. I'm like, they about to find me, bro. Like, I'm mad, bro. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to give my money up. And then that whole situation happened, but the team was completely supportive. Like they understood because I felt as if I didn't really do nothing wrong. Like I just defended myself. You know what I mean? And the NBA kind of understood, but they were like, you know, you've been in the incident the last year, so we're gonna have to fine you and suspend you. I was like, all right, like just kind of do what you gotta do.
It's tough when you're trying to do so good. And like I said, one wrong thing happens and everybody just says, "Oh, that's the person he is," and it sucks because as humans, we're allowed to F up.
Yeah,
it's human nature.
Yeah,
not everybody's perfect, and I seen that, and I was like, "Dang, they're automatically gonna label him again, hothead."
And that, I think that was the hardest part, and I feel like you can attest. People don't really know me outside of basketball.
Fact.
So it's like if you see me playing basketball, you might be like, he's a dickhead, he's mean, he's like an a-hole. I'm like, I feel like I'm a very genuinely nice person. Like,
Thanks.
I don't try to like be mean to people. I'm very happy majority of the time. Like I just like to joke around and chill and have fun. But when I play basketball, I turn it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
As
like,
you should.
Yeah, 100%.
You're in 4 lines.
And I feel like that was kind of misconstrued like throughout my whole career. Like even early, like from high school, really. Like I couldn't never channel it in the right way for people to understand where I was coming from. You know what I mean? And I think the people that got the most out of me. Yeah. You know? And I think that was probably the biggest thing because even like when I went to Golden State, the coaches told me to my face, they were like, we thought you were going to be a completely different person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, no, like this is how I am. Like I act how I act, but when I play basketball, I'm trying to win. So I'm like, whatever I got to do to win, whether it be curse somebody out, whether it be mad or dive on the floor or do whatever, I'm going to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Man, it's always tough because I know Keith outside of basketball, so it's like when I'm seeing stuff happen in real time, I'm thinking as the consumer who's watching who doesn't know, oh, he's this,
for sure,
he's XYZ, and it's the same with people around the league that we know. Like people just talk when you know somebody in the league and people are talking about them a certain way that doesn't know them. I'm like, for one, who are you to say something? Yeah. You're not in the shoes of the situation. 2, you don't know the person. So like that's why I'm very careful with who I talk about to and who I talk about in general in any negative light. I try not to do anything of that, like say someone's trash and this and that. I'm like, I'm not even in the league. So when people say that, I'm like, hey, bro, where'd you play? Yeah. Like what 100%. Like you got ones or something? Because we can go check rock. Like you know, that's how I be feeling.
It's crazy, and it's like we talked about it earlier. It's like there's 450 people in the NBA.
450, bro, every year.
Out of everybody in the world, there's 450 people, and these 450, you gonna call somebody trash?
Like, come on.
I'm like, there's more people at your high school, so it's like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, how can this person be trash out of everybody in the world, and they're one of 450?
And that's why I think it's become so political because a consumer, I feel like, cannot say someone's trash if they've never played on that level, or anything of that sort.
Even overseas players are talented. Like. There's talented basketball players everywhere.
Everywhere in this world,
bro. For you to say that people are trash when they're getting paid to do something, nah.
Like, come on.
They're getting paid for a reason. They fill a role. You know what I mean? Just because somebody not out there dancing and throwing up half-court shot don't mean they're trash.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, I think everybody has a role to play in success of a team.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think we're on the same page with that. One more thing, man, because I do want to leave room for a part 2 when you're back in the league. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know that's going to happen.
Definitely.
So I definitely want to leave a part 2 for that. 2 questions. You were a part of history. 70-point game.
Oh, man.
Was that in Boston?
I contributed my 3 points. I contributed my 3 points. That was wild. Like,
that was crazy.
I've been a part of some crazy games, but that game, that was one of those ones, like, where it seemed like he didn't know what was going on. He was just shooting the ball. And
shooting
it was
that
going in.
thing.
Like he was pulling up from almost half court, getting fouled and making it. Like it was to the point where they was fouling him and he wasn't even crossing half court. Like they just foul here. We'd rather him shoot free throws than come making threes. Like,
wow.
And it was. They got mad at us because we was playing the foul game, but we was down by like 9.
Mm-hmm.
But we're like, shoot, the way he's playing, we might have a chance. You know what I mean? Like, we were getting blitzed at first, and then books start turning up. Then all of a sudden the game changed, and now it's like we're fouling them, calling timeouts and stuff, and they're getting mad. They're like, come on, man, let's go home, like this and that, like thinking the game is over with. Yeah. We're like, no, at this point, we're going to try to win, but he's getting 70. Yeah. He's going to at least get 60-something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and he was just in such a zone, bro. Like, it was so fun to be there and just to feel that. Like, I don't know if most people have been to the Boston arena at TD Garden. Yeah. So, like, the environment in there, they're not supportive of away fans. You know what I mean? Not. So, it was like to hear them cheering for him was wild. Like,
they were cheering for him.
They wanted him to score.
Oh, wow.
And I think that was also what pissed off the Celtics is that everybody in the arena wanted him to score. So, it was so fun to just sit there and cheer for him, man, and, you know, to enjoy somebody else's success and be a part of that. That was dope.
No, that's amazing, bro. I've always wanted to ask you. I never got to even ask you about that.
That was a crazy experience for sure.
Because I mean, I wasn't IT on that Celtics team.
IT, Marcus Smart,
Jay Crowder,
Jerebko.
They had a squad over there, bro.
There's a lot of people over there. Everybody tried to guard him too.
I think was JB over there? No, JB wasn't there. JB was not there.
No.
Was this rookie year?
Yeah, we were the same class.
Duh.
Yeah.
I'm tweaking. I was like, wait. I was like,
yeah.
He went top 3.
He was 3.
3, yeah. Yeah, that's a crazy moment, man. For you guys up there who don't know, he's talking about Devin Booker. We didn't say his name. Shout out D Book.
For sure.
Now last question, man. You know, you've been through the ups and downs. You've been to places no one's ever been. You've been to places people wish they could go to. And you've been to places that no one ever wants to be.
Yeah.
So I want you to lock in on your cameraman and just, you know, tell people out there who are going through things similar as you, injuries, surgeries, trials and tribulations, whether it be a bad stamp on their name, etc. How can you continue to win? Like, tell them how you continue to win in life.
I mean, I don't think there's any clear-cut answer. I think everybody has lows and everybody has highs, but I think the only way to get out of hell is to keep going. You know what I mean? I think you don't want to sit there and mope about it. And I had this talk with my little brother that, like, on the other side of fear is an opportunity to grow. You know, I think that we fear things that we don't understand completely, you know, and I think that the biggest thing my mom used to tell me is that a delay is not a denial, you know, and I think that things will happen to you in your life that you can't control. But you can control your attitude and your effort and what you put into it. You know, I think in making the most out of every opportunity, no matter what it is, I think that's the biggest thing to continue to grow and continue to be a better person, you know, whether it be with sports or whether it just be in life. You know, I think just continuing to try to grow and develop and become a better person overall.
Bar.
Trying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My mom drops some gems sometimes.
That's a gem right there.
She loves saying that. A delay is not a denial.
Delay is not a denial. Hey, make sure you timestamp. I need to watch that back.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Keith, man, I appreciate you pulling up.
For sure. I appreciate
I know this is last minute, but like I said, we were supposed to make this happen months ago.
For sure.
So this is dope that you're back in the city and we're able to, you know, chop it up a little bit, man. But, you know, keep doing your thing. You know, we support you over here this way. You know, I'm always showing love and support.
Definitely.
So just continue to be you. Don't be no one else.
I appreciate you, bro.
But before we get out of here, though, I do need my fade. You know what it is?
What?
Seattle John.
You don't want to play.
Come on, bro. What you mean, bro? It was right.
It's here. It's here. Here.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, sir. Wait. Bow.
Here.
Yes. 1, 2.
Here. Rock,
Got you.
Scissors.
Got you.
Ooh. No. I'm gonna serve you. Hold on. That way. Yeah. Thank you. To the camera. Where's he going? Where's he going? That way. To the camera.
You know I had Khalil on here. He served me 3 different times.
Did he?
Cooked me.
Way to hold it down, Lil. I appreciate you.
Well, hey, man, if you're watching out there, make sure y'all follow on all audio platforms. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. Also follow my boy Keith. And this is another episode of Backyard Podcast. And on 3, we're gonna say, I got $100 for you right now if you can guess the 2 words we're gonna say. 100. Well, I'll shake on it too.
There's infinite.
It's 2 words. It's my favorite 2 words. I say it in all my videos. My favorite 2.
But do I lose 100 if I don't?
No. You just gain 100. Can't lose nothing. You got it on 3? All ready? 1, 2, 3.
Clip it. Oh, I thought it was the clip it.
Not the Twitch.
I thought it was the clip it.
Nah, I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we out of here.